Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is going to be about love because I am your neighborhood hopeless romantic. I'm also an introvert, as you can probably tell from my username, and this is obviously a hard time for us single people in 2020. 2020 is difficult in the sense that you can hardly do anything, at least where I live, where you have to wear a mask everywhere. You're kind of told not to really meet up with new people and stuff like that. And I definitely have met people, but it's just not the same. I'm right there with you if you are experiencing a similar thing as far as being single right now. And it sucks. I tried to film this video last week and I had a different angle on how I wanted to put it, but it was incredibly difficult for me to even talk about because I just kept on starting to cry. And I am a pretty emotional person in that sense. I don't always show it maybe to other people, but I am one of those people that is quick to cry at even commercials or different things. I feel very, very deeply about things. Love is something that I've always wanted in life. It's hard to sometimes realize how much you have in the sense of support and love. There's so many people in your life that love and care about you. But obviously finding that person, that relationship, it's a different type of love. And I guess I've been kind of superstitious about things, and yeah, I almost feel like I'm about to cry right now. I really felt like I would have been in a relationship, like a long-term relationship by now, where I would even be engaged at this age. Like, kind of started off at 18, I thought I was going to be married, and then 20, I thought I was going to be married. I thought surely by 24, 26, and now I'm 27, and it's like, I don't feel like I wasted my time with people, but at the same time, I can't say that I've met that person that I'm supposed to be with, who I'm destined to be with, and I don't even know if destiny is real, but it's difficult. And I've put myself out there. I've been on dating apps. I've dated people from the internet before, and I've been in a long-term relationship before, and I'm open to all of that kind of stuff. But at the same time, there's like a side of me that is extremely like a hopeless romantic, and then there's a side of me that is very guarded with my heart. And I give it freely to friends, family, my pets. But when it comes to that other person, I feel like I have such a high standard of where I want this idealized relationship in my head to be. I end up breaking my own heart. Maybe that's something that you guys are able to see in yourself. Every relationship that I've been in, I have always been the person that has broken up with that person. And I realize that that is a me thing. There is a common denominator in the sense that I've always been the one to kind of break it off. And I think it's a coping mechanism. I do think that I am very guarded in that sense. I'm at the point now that I really do want to be in a relationship, but it's hard. And I think a lot of us can relate to this in the sense that, at least for me, it feels like there's nobody out there for me. I have met people that I get along with really well, but there wasn't the same connection. Like, maybe I got along with them as a friend, but it never felt right. Like, there wasn't something in my gut saying, okay, I need to be in a relationship with that person, or I really like that person, which I have had that in the past. And I feel like in a way it's been kind of a cruel joke, because when I was 15, and I've told this story before, but there was a guy that I met in my biology class. He walked through the door And I was sitting at my table, I still remember this. As soon as he walked through the door, it was like I had to know his name, and I just was like head over heels for this guy. And I liked him for 6 years. And this was unrequited. He did not like me. And that hurts because when you really feel like you connect with someone or you like someone, and especially at that such a young age, it's very difficult. And for me, it's difficult to get over that kind of thing because I have this weird loyalty to the people that I truly like. And this goes for people that I've dated as well. I publicly dated someone, and in my mind, I ended it for reasons that felt right. But even at that, I really felt like I was going to end up with that person. We spent hours and hours talking with one another, and even though we were long distance, we made an effort to see each other. Like, he would come where I live, I would go to where he lives, and I met his family and, a couple of his friends, and he met my mom. It's hard having someone that's that deeply into your life, and you see this light at the end of the tunnel, and then it's taken. I don't regret ending the relationship, but I definitely regret making it public. And it's hard because I cared for him as a person. And I've been in other situations, obviously, where I've gone through a breakup. But I think because that was public, and even to this day, I get questions about this person and people asking me if I miss this person. And I do, in a sense, and I do think that I loved him, but not in a way that I hope to love someone in the future. There have been people that I've dated that I really think are phenomenal people. And that being said, I don't take love very lightly. I just have never been that way. Since I was the age of 6, I already had like a major crush on a guy, and I liked him for a year. When I was 10, I liked a guy for 2 years. And the only reason I ended up falling out of crush or falling out of like with that person was they gave me a note saying that they weren't interested in dating me after I asked them if they would go out with me. And this was in middle school. And then, like I said, the guy, when I was 15, I liked him for 6 years. And in that time period, my freshman year of college, I met this other guy who was 27 at the time. And of course, I was a teenager, so the age gap was pretty large, especially in the sense that at the time, I had never even kissed a guy. So in retrospect, I knew that that was not going to work out. And I do feel like there are times where the timing is not right for a relationship or for anything. There are times where it really isn't right. But those are also the wrong people for you. I shared something on my Instagram stories that said, rejection is protection. Basically, when someone rejects you, they are protecting you from the possibilities of being with that person. Yes, they may seem like the ideal person for you. You may envision your life just like how I have in the past, but just think about it this way. When someone rejects you, they are doing a service for you because that isn't the person you're supposed to be with. And this goes for other things as well. And that's something I have to kind of remind myself constantly because, again, love is something that is a constant in my mind. And I think that if I really just didn't think about it, then maybe that person would come into my life. But to me, not thinking about love or not thinking about, oh, who am I going to end up with? Who's going to be my soulmate? Who's that person, that partner? That is scary. And I don't know if other people can relate to this, but partly why I even have that so prevalently in my mind, and sorry, I feel like I'm about to cry, is I worry that one day if I just completely lift it from my mind and I don't think about love and I just kind of live my life, that that person will never come. It's like if I stop thinking about love, if I stop putting myself out there, going on dating apps, or like trying to actively go on a date with someone, and again, these aren't serious dates, this is just like meeting someone for coffee or talking to them, or just I'm scared of the lack of control. I had a conversation with my dad earlier on the phone, and he was talking about, why don't you just go on eHarmony or Match.com or something like that. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Personally, I don't know if I'm really wanting to go on like that kind of website. I personally I've used different apps, but I'm not currently on the dating version of any app right now, but in the past I've really enjoyed Hinge and Bumble, at least to meet people that are more quality. But that being said, my dad told me that he thinks that that person is just gonna pop up one day. Like, they're just gonna tap me on my shoulder and then I'm going to be like, oh, this is the person I'm gonna be with. And it's hard to see it, especially right now in the state of the world where we can hardly go out, let alone seriously try to date someone. There definitely is a part of me that does believe that I will, and I try to encourage that with other people. Like, any of my friends, if they were talking to me about a similar thing, I would say, of course you're gonna meet someone, you're amazing, you're like such a interesting, phenomenal person. But when it comes to yourself, at least for me, I have a hard time doing the same thing, because there's the rational side of my brain that says, oh, of course, like you do have quite a bit going for you, you're gonna meet someone that you really have a connection with, because I see other people and I see how easily they're able to get into relationships, and I can get into a relationship fairly easily. It's just I don't have the same connection with, you know, everybody I could get in a relationship with. I want that connection, I want that best friend, I want the romance, all of that. But then there's the irrational side of myself. Maybe it's actually the realistic side that says, maybe that isn't in the cards for you. I don't want to believe that it isn't in the cards for me. I made a video a couple of years ago about why I'm single and that's okay. And I haven't watched that video in a while, but I know kind of the premise of what I was trying to say, and I think a way of me telling myself that it's okay that you're single. I know, Emily, that you are someone that really wants to find that person, that really wants to be in a relationship. Not just a relationship, but a relationship that is with that person. Because for me, even though I have dated, like, I am not a stranger to dating. I'm not a stranger to relationships. I've definitely had my fair share of relationships, dating, whatever. But I don't intentionally go into a relationship with the idea that it will end. And I don't know if anybody does. Like, I don't know if people intentionally go into a relationship with the intention of breaking up with that person or them breaking up with you, but For me, if I enter a relationship, I expect that I'm gonna get married to this person. And I also realize that that is kind of not the best mindset to have when you go into a relationship. But that's just where I'm at. I've always been the type of person that I would much rather be married to the love of my life rather than be single and not be in a relationship with that person. I'm fortunate enough that I've been able to travel at least throughout Europe. I've gone to China, different things like that when I was in college, and that was awesome. But what would have made it even more awesome is if I was with that person. And also, I know that there are many people that would prefer to be single and have fun, but that just is not me. And whenever I've had fun in the past, or like just casually dated people or whatever, I just cannot compute. Like, it may seem okay in the moment, it may seem like all right, but I'm just not the type of person that can really put up with that. I see the value in social media, and there's a part of me that thinks, okay, yeah, I'm not going to necessarily meet that person in this kind of small town that I live in, but maybe I'll meet someone online. I'm not opposed to dating someone that doesn't live in my area. I know that you really have to have like an end date in sight. You kind of have to be like, okay, a year from now, I'm going to either move to you, or you're going to move to me, or we're going to move somewhere together. And that's something that if I was to ever date someone via the internet, like, I'm not opposed to dating someone that lives in another country or another state. I am opposed to getting into a relationship that doesn't have some type of serious nature to it. And ultimately what I want is to be like very good friends with that person and really have a solid foundation before things progress too seriously, because I have been in relationships in the past where it really felt right in the moment and it just progressed so quickly that it was like almost like lighting a match, where okay, you light the match, it's burning a little bit, but then it starts burning so much more. Or even like lighting a candle on a birthday cake. You have to blow it out very quickly before the wax comes all over the cake. It's kind of how I have felt in certain relationships where it just has progressed so quickly. And I think because of that, it is a bigger burn in a sense, if you kind of go through all of those emotions so quickly and then it just ends. Like, I've joked with my mom. I don't know if you guys if you've seen the show Married at First Sight. That is something that I would seriously consider. I am at the point now that I just kind of am done with the games. I'm done with like the dating field in a sense. I just want that. And I know that, again, the rational side of me knows that when I just continue on working, going back to school, doing the things I'm passionate about, like doing YouTube videos, because I love doing YouTube videos, that I will probably eventually find someone. And I can't feel sorry for myself like I have felt in this video, but those are just my real emotions. I do feel sorry for myself sometimes, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So if you're feeling sorry for yourself in this time, it's hard. 2020 has been a really heck of a year, and that's another factor. It's like, once this is all said and done, we're gonna have like a new normal and yeah, so I hope you guys have a great day. Again, let me know in the comments below what you think about this, and also comment below any topic you want to hear me talk about. I know, again, this is a rambly video. I'm just kind of telling people where I'm at right now. That being said, serious applicants may apply. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to have a positive attitude about this, and I guess at the end of the day, if I really am not meant to be with someone, then that's just the reality. Again, I hope that's not the case, but that's something to consider. And yeah, well, either way, I hope that anybody that is watching this, if you do want to find love, I hope you do find love. And I hope it's with someone that truly loves you and you truly love them and you do have that friendship and that partner. But yeah, I hope everybody is having a great day. And if you somehow like this video, please subscribe and like this video and hit that bell notification. Just bang it. Just hit it.